Wolf thought for a moment. He crossed his arms and gave a sideways glance at Old Yeller. "So, that's it? You're in?" he said, skeptically optimistic. Old Yeller shrugged and pursed his lips. "Why not? I have a lot of time," he said. Wolf chuckled and Old Yeller turned, walking out the alley with Wolf in tow. "Name's Old Yeller," said Old Yeller, looking back at Wolf. Wolf nodded. "Where are we heading?" said Wolf, lagging behind Old Yeller just a little bit. "A convenience store up ahead. Sells the only cigarettes I smoke." "Bad habits?" "Same here." "What kind?" "Doggy biscuits." "Ironic, eh?" said Old Yeller. Wolf chuckled and held up an empty pack of cigarettes. "Doggy see, doggy do," he said. Old Yeller smiled and chuckled lightly. "You're an idiot." The neon lights from outside created a dreary effect on the rain-covered sidewalk, which contrasted against the fluorescent lights of the convenience store. They entered the convenience store. It was empty inside, except for an old Japanese man at the counter. Wolf looked up at Old Yeller and nodded. "I'll pay," he said. Old Yeller chuckled. Wolf walked up to the counter, while Old Yeller hung back and leaned against the wall next to the door. Wolf greeted the man with a polite nod, and the man nodded back. "Cigarettes, please. Doggy biscuit brand, if you got any," said Wolf, trying to be as polite as possible. The Japanese man looked up to the large rack with all the cigarette packs. At the very top was a single pack. The Japanese man and Wolf looked at each other resolutely. The Japanese man shrugged. "I will go get Rada from the back." As he turns to go, Wolf chuckles and shakes his head. "Nah, it's fine. I get it." Wolf hopped on top of the counter and attempted to reach for it, even jumping for it, yet he was too short. Old Yeller chuckled. He was much taller. He walked around the counter and simply reached up, plucking it off the shelf. Wolf hopped down and snatched the cigarette box from Old Yeller. Old Yeller chuckled as they started to leave the store. "Shut your trap," said Wolf, still upset. As they walked out, Wolf noticed that there were lots of people on the sidewalk now, both sides going in various different directions. They gave Wolf and Old Yeller odd looks, but Wolf didn't seem to notice. "Why is there so many folk out now?" said Wolf. Old Yeller shrugged. "They're either going to work or heading home. Don't you have that out west?" said Old Yeller. Wolf shrugged back. "We live where we work out west." His voice had a tint of sadness in it, but before Old Yeller could question it, a woman's scream sounded off in the distance. "My purse!" she shouted. Old Yeller acted as if he didn't hear it and lit up a cigarette, leaning against a wall. A teenager ran out of a nearby alley. He was pale and had a pink mohawk. He wore a leather jacket, jeans, and platform boots. He hopped on top of a motorcycle, starting it up and blazing down the street. Wolf reacted quickly, reaching over and grabbed a trash can lid. Gripping it like a discus, he chucked it at the front wheel of the bike. It hit, and the motorcycle slid out from underneath the man. The man hit the sidewalk and rolled. Wolf crossed the road, and the man leaped to his feet, whipping out a switchblade. The man's eyes lit up with recognition of Wolf. Wolf gritted his teeth as the man smiled a toothy grin. "Boss had got a big dara on your head, Poochie," snarled the man, advancing on Wolf. Wolf reached into his pants and looked out a revolver that was large enough to qualify as a rifle. He pointed the revolver at the pink mohawk's man's head and cocked the hammer back. "Not your dollar." Wolf swung the heavy barrel at the side of the man's head. An audible thunking crack was heard as the man hit the ground, clutching his head. Wolf snickered, then knelt down and grabbed the purse off the ground and returned to the old lady. As he stood back up, he felt a gun barrel press against his head and the cock of a revolver. First mistake, last mistake. Old Yeller flicked a cigarette ember down the collar of the man who was currently threatening Wolf with a gun to his head. The man had a leather jacket, tight jeans, and a pink mohawk, like the guy before him. The man jumped and brushed his neck furiously. "Hey, what the?" He was interrupted as Old Yeller delivered a straight jab directly to the man's throat. The man hit the ground like a sack of potatoes, and Wolf delivered a swift kick to the man's head. The man lay there, unconscious. "Let's get out of here, eh, Poochie?" said Old Yeller. Wolf wiped his mouth. He was out of breath, panting like a dog.